Welcome in. This is the Leopard Sports Network here as we are live in Kingston, Oklahoma for the 3A Regionals. Your Lindsay Leopards getting ready to take on Valliant and the Bulldogs. And I tell you what, this is going to be the best game of the night, and there is a reason why. It is the last one here in Kingston tonight. Both of these teams coming in with outstanding records, leading the classes of 3A. As Lindsay, 19-5 on the year, they go into postseason play ranks number 10. Not that it matters in postseason, but Valliant as well, 18-5 and ranked number 17 in Class 3A. Valliant led by head coach Cody Carlisle, and of course, your Lindsay Bulldogs led by David Davidson. And this is going to be an interesting matchup, and the reason why I say that is because Valliant comes in a little bit lower ranked on the year. These two teams have crossed paths with a lot of teams that have coincided with each other in regards to who they played and how they matched up. And when you look at matchups, you've got a guy in Case Carlisle who is 6'5", down low, and then you've got Coffey, Rustin Coffey. He is going to be the leading scorer here for the Valliant Bulldogs tonight, as he went on just in district play against Kingston and hit 6'3", standing at 6'7". He's listed at 6'6", but the coaching staff said that he's actually 6'7". And when you got a 6'7" guy that can run the floor like a point guard, can get to the rim like a center, and shoot the three like any other guard, that is matchup problems galore. So we'll see how that works out here for the Lindsay Leopards in tonight's game. I'm Michael Gabbard. I'll be with you along for the ride tonight, and we've got more coming up. We are about a minute 25 before the start of this game. We'll get one more commercial break, and we'll be back for the start of our tip-off here in Kingston, Oklahoma.
The Valliant Bulldogs. They're led by Cody Carlisle, assisted by Donald Gross.
Welcome in, everybody. The Leopard Sports Network. As they are announcing the starting lineups for tonight's game, the Valliant Bulldogs. Take a look at our starting lineups. Number 3, Case Carlisle, of course, the son of head coach Carlisle. Number 10, Rustin Coffey. He will be the guy, again, that you will have to look out for in this game in regards to scoring. Jay Frost is the guy that can get down the floor, create a lot of havoc down low and outside, and he's the speedster of the group. You'll have number 22, Michael Tuck, a defensive player, and number 23, the rebounder in Kenny Golston. Coming off the bench, you'll have Davian Hankins, you'll have Joseph DePriest, and you'll have Clancy Trapp. Clancy Trapp is going to be the overall defensive player here for the Valliant Bulldogs. Now with our starting lineups, you've got number 1, Mitchell Henson, and number 3, Ryan Kennedy. Also number 10, Ty Ferguson. Number 23, Caleb Ince. And last but not least, number 33, Jaden Watts. This is going to be an exciting game, guys. Stick around. This one could get interesting down the stretch. Again, it's going to come down to matchups in this game. How are our Lindsay Leopards going to respond to the size? I know we've got size of our own. Definitely have the speed with guys like Mitchell Henson. Ryan Kennedy can get down the floor, and he's going to be matched up center court here for the tip-off with Rustin Coffey. 8 minutes on the clock. And the tip goes to the Lindsay Leopards. Henson looks to go inside out to Ferguson. Tell you what, I've had a chance to watch both of these teams play a lot this season. And when you look at the bracket in 3A, there's some good games. But when you look at the Kingston bracket itself, this is by far the best matchup and the most intriguing game of the entire weekend. Coffey has it right side, being guarded by Ferguson. Big size difference in the two. Carlisle moves back inside, being guarded up top by Kennedy. Frost with a three-point shot, and that one's up and in. The first points on the board is a trifecta by Jay Frost. And then coming the other direction is Mitchell Henson. He says, you got a three, I've got one for you too. Valliant actually showing up to the Lindsay Kingston game on Thursday night. They drove, the entire team drove the 3.5 hours to get a preview of how Lindsay plays. And they came in with a lot of confidence in this game. Right now both sharing shots as Henson gets it in transition and guarded tightly by Frost. I'm assuming the matchup will probably be Henson and Frost up top for most of the night. Kennedy with a tough three-point shot of his own. And Lindsay goes up 6-3. Golston down low. Fun start to this game as Lindsay's hit 2 3-pointers. Valliant's hit 1 3-pointer. We've yet to really see anything productive down low. And we talked about the size of these two teams. And everything's been to the outside. Inside the step back. Sweet shot that time by Jaden Watts. And that's going to force Valliant to take the timeout. Lindsay's feeling good, and we'll be back leading 8-3, your Lindsay Leopards. Welcome back in. 5:07 remaining here in the first period of action. Game one of regional play in the winner's bracket. Lindsay and Valliant. This one's taken away. Lindsay's on the move in transition, looking to go underneath. It's blocked by Coffey. Second chance opportunity, no good. And they're going to say this is out of bounds. It's going to maintain Lindsay possession. So Lindsay got away with one there as Coffey made 2 really good defensive plays underneath. And here is Henson. Kick back out. Ince. Back out to Watts. 3-point shot. Off the mark, no good by Kennedy. Going underneath. Carlisle, no charge, no block. And Lindsay's gonna come away with the basketball. Move it to the opposite side of the floor. Watts back to Henson. Kennedy turning around in the sweet turnaround fadeaway, knocking it down. Lindsay up by 7 right now, and that is a good sign and a good start here for the Leopards in Kingston. Five points on the board for Kennedy. Of course, Lindsay coming out in a 3-2. Have definitely played the zone very well here against Valliant in the early goings. Valiant's only shot coming off of a 3-point shot in the first minute of play. Since then, they've gone cold. Do have an inbound pass here by Carlisle. Inside Golston, the shot at the rim, and I tell you what, he is a tough kid. .250 remaining. Carlisle up top. Back to Coffey. Nowhere to go for Tuck. Watts all over him. Carlisle, nice move to the basket, draws the foul. And 2 free throw attempts coming up.
Foul call on Lindsay's number 33, Jaden Watts is first. At the free throw line,
and the foul will go against Watts. That is his first personal foul of the game. Checking into the contest, I believe is going to be Andon Register here after this free throw attempt. And that one's going to roll up. No good.
Number 11, Bryson Watts.
Bryson Watts is checked in.
And number 24, Andon Register.
Here is the second free throw attempt, and that one is in. .223 remaining in the first. Lindsay on top by 4. Underneath, Kennedy, what a move to the basket. Throws in the little finger roll, and my goodness. He is having himself a day. 7 points out of the 12 scored here in the first period for the Lindsay Leopards. Coffey. Back to Carlisle. And Carlisle gets it back. Tuck. To Golston, and they're going to say out of bounds, last touched by the Leopards.
Leopards, number 1, Mitchell Henson is first. Now in the ball game, for the Bulldogs, number 20, Clancy Trapp.
So Tuck will check out of the ball game. Clancy Trapp will check in. Underneath, 2 opportunities, and the second chance rebound no good. 1:25 remaining in the first. Beautiful pass. The shot for 3 rolls off, no good. Coffey comes down with the rebound. And then the 3-point shot by Frost. He hit one here early into the first, but couldn't get that one to go. And now we've got a foul on the floor.
Foul on Valiant's number 15, Jay Frost. His first.
That is going to be Jay Frost's first personal foul. Valiant's second team foul.
Number 13, Davion Hankins.
Henson takes the shot with a sweet jumper right at the free throw line. Call him Tony Hawk, he got air. Five points for Henson. An 8-point lead. Valiant rolling to the left side of the floor. Frost picks up his dribble. Kind of a weave style of offense. And then the 3-point shot in the corner is up and in by Davion Hankins. Seen a plethora of 3-pointers here in the first period of play. That one off. That will end our first period. Our score after one, 14-9. Your Lindsay Leopards up. We'll be back. This is the Leopard Sports Network. Well, we head into the second period of play. This game going by pretty quick as the score is 14-9. Valiant will have the basketball to start the second. Lindsay will have the lead. Already seen 4 threes between the two teams in that first period of play. Let's see what happens here in the second. Back to Trap being guarded tightly underneath by Register. Three off the mark. Lindsay player goes down. They're looking to go high into Kennedy, and that one goes out of bounds. It was a good look. Kennedy did have a little bit of space, but the pass just a tad bit high, and that'll be a turnover by the Leopards here with 7:08 remaining in the first. First half, that is. Thought it was going to be a 2, but they counted it as a 3. I assumed his foot was over the line, but they did credit the 3-point shot for Valliant. and get things within 2 points. Fifth three of the game. Underneath, Register. Pick back out, the three-point shot. No good. We got some bodies on the floor.
Foul called on Valiant's number 3, Kingston Carlisle. His first.
Henson back up into the corner to Register. Henson will grab it towards the right side of the three-point line. Swings underneath. That was a good-looking pass, but it goes out of bounds. And they're going to say that was last tipped by Valliant. Good call. I didn't think they were going to actually credit the tip to Valliant. But Lindsay will maintain possession of the basketball. Checking back in is Jaden Watts and Ty Ferguson, as Bryson, Watts, and Register will take a breather. Another three, that one's going to be short. Coffey, who's been held quiet here, scoreless through the first period. Still looking for his first basket. Step back, take a three. That one's going to be short, no good. Taken away. Good heads up by Caleb Ince. And Lindsay's got the basketball back here with 5:24 remaining. Henson steps up, hit the last one from that spot, and Kennedy gets it back, takes it away from behind from Coffey. And now we've got a foul, I believe this one on the floor, and that will be Valiant's fourth team foul. Second personal foul for Kenny Golston. Underneath. Off the mark, no good. Still 2-point lead for the Leopards. And that one's going to bounce in. Caleb Ince getting his first bucket of the night. You know, and having a chance to talk to some of these kids as Frost makes a move underneath. You know, I had a chance to talk to a lot of these kids. Obviously, I'm not from the Lindsay or the Valliant area. We were down in Lindsay doing the Kingston games on Thursday. Another beautiful shot by Caleb Ince. Talked a little bit with Ty Ferguson. Had a conversation with Caleb Ince and Jaden Watts. And the thing you gotta like about this team from Lindsay is having conversations and not knowing these kids. They had such a mutual respect and conversation. They play the game with a lot of respect. Really, they just play the game like the game is supposed to be played. Can't say enough about how impressed I was with all the kids from the Lindsay basketball program.
Checking back into the action for the Bulldogs, Clancy Trapp.
Golston misses the first free throw attempt. Second one coming up. Underneath. What a strong finish. Ryan Kennedy, 9 points in the game. He's got an and one opportunity coming up. And he has just been a man underneath.
Check back in for Valliant, Case Carlisle.
As they're going to go ahead and check out Golston and bring back in Carlisle. Kennedy has a chance to move his way back to double digits in scoring with the free throw attempt, and he does. 21-14 the score. Lindsay on top, just 3 minutes remaining here in the first half. Flap. Underneath. Or trap underneath. 5 points in the game for him. Valiant's going to get the basketball back as Frost gathers it and gets it out to Michael Tuck. Back to Coffee. Now Carlisle. Under 2 minutes remaining here in the first half. Carlisle pushes his way underneath, and a foul called on the floor, I do believe. And that goes against Ryan Kennedy. That's his second personal foul, fourth team foul for the Lindsay Leopards.
Headed to the free throw line for the Valliant Bulldogs, number 3, Case Carlisle.
Case Carlisle knocks down his first. He was 1 of 2 from the free throw line. This is his second trip to the line in this game. Knocks down his first on this trip. Second one coming up. And he misses the second.
Number 20, Clancy Trapp is first.
Here's the inbound by Lindsay. Ferguson being guarded tight by Trapp. Kick back out, Ince swings it around underneath. Kennedy's blocked, no, he's fouled. And really that time it was Kennedy trying to make position underneath the rim that drew the foul. Good use of the body and hands. And 2 free throw attempts coming up. He was 1 for 1 at the line before that shot. He knocks down the second. And with that one, he's 3 for 3 at the line. 12 points in the game for Kennedy. They're going to leave Trapp open. Takes the shot, misses with the pump fake underneath is Carlisle. And now we've got a foul and the shot. An and one opportunity coming up for Coffee. And he scores his first bucket of the night with a chance to tie things up. Or I'm sorry. Boy, I looked at the score wrong. 23-19. We're not tying things up here. And Coffee makes the and one opportunity. Under a minute left to go. 3-point lead for the Lindsay Leopards. On the free throw line, and that one's off for Watts. Coffee being guarded tightly by Ince. Here comes the pick. He'll roll back to the right-hand side. "13 seconds remaining. Coffee's going to have to do something with the basketball. Takes the shot. It's off the back of the rim, no good, and that will end our first half of play. 23-20 is our score. We've got more coming up here on the Leopard Sports Network, but first, we'll take a break and hear a word from a couple of our local sponsors. Welcome back into the Leopard Sports Network as we are at a score of 23-20 at halftime. Lindsay on top of Valliant, the Bulldogs. Coming back in the second period, they outscored Lindsay 11-9 after getting outscored 14-9 in the first period of play as Lindsay was on top then. They're on top now, and as we look at scoring, at least for Valliant, it's pretty even across the board. You got 5 points on the board for Clancy Trapp, 5 for Jay Frost as well. Coffee just 3 points in the first half for the Valliant Bulldogs. Carlisle with 2 points, all coming off of free throws, 2 for Kenny Golston. Actually, let me rephrase that, 3 for Kenny Golston. And when we look at the three-point shooting, 3 threes in the game for Valliant, 3 threes in the game for Lindsay in the first half as well. Scoring-wise for Lindsay and the Leopards, 12 points on the board for Ryan Kennedy, who is just a man out there on the floor there in the first half. He was doing everything he could down low, creating rebounds, havoc defensively against Carlisle and even Coffee there driving in through the lane, and has 12 points to show for it. His first shot, a three-pointer to get things started off, as Mitchell Henson also has a 3 as well. 5 points in the game for him. Caleb Ince with 4 and Jaden Watts with 2. So as we look at the scoring, pretty even across the board again for Valliant, and Ryan Kennedy leading the pack right now with those 12 points. Now as we look into the keys here into the first half or the second half of play, the one thing Lindsay needs to maintain is their ability to create second chance opportunities. Don't allow Coffee to drive through the lane. Don't give him the open 3. Those are the keys. And right now, Lindsay has held Coffee to just 3 points. And when you have to rely on guys like Clancy Trapp, Jay Frost, not that they're not good basketball players, but they're not your leading scorer. They're not the guy for your team on a day-to-day basis, and that is where Valliant is struggling right now as Coffee is trying to find his offensive rhythm. So as long as you can maintain that, I think Lindsay has a really good chance. And again, for Lindsay, if you can take away those second chance opportunities and cause havoc between Carlisle and Coffee down low, you stand a pretty good chance in this ball game. We've got about a minute before we start. We'll take one more break and we'll get back into action and the start of our third period of play in just a minute here on the Leopard Sports Network. Welcome back in. We're at the second half of play. 23-20 is our score as the 8 minutes have started here in the third period. Lindsay will have the basketball to get things started off as Henson holding on to the basketball right now. The defense man-to-man for Valliant, playing a little bit soft here to get things started off. Up the middle. Back out to Watts. Coffee up top against Henson. Lindsay's going to slow play a little bit here in the first half. Three-point shot off the mark, no good. Back into Carlisle. Underneath Carlisle, push off with the arm, maybe should have been a foul. the three-point shot is up and in by Michael Tuck. That is his first score of the game and ties things up at 23. Lindsay will kick it in to the right side of the floor. Top the three-point line as they swing it over to the left. Good ball movement here. Just trying to play a little keep away at the current moment and trying to find some sort of opening. Back up top. Fakes the three. Underneath to Kennedy. And that one was last touched by Golston. And so an inbound pass coming up here for the Leopards. 5:40 remaining here in the third period, all tied up. Ferguson, back out to Henson. And underneath is Kennedy. Tell you what, you can't be more impressed with the young man. He's got 14 points of the 25 your team has scored. And he's done it all underneath the basket. And each one could almost be a highlight reel. Jay Frost gets called for his second personal foul. That is the first foul of the second half here for the Valliant Bulldogs. Watts. Underneath, beautiful pass, making the shot at the rim no good, but a foul called. And two free throw attempts coming up here for Kennedy. The no-look pass, though, by Mitchell Henson. Threw the defense off. Ryan Kennedy is a perfect 4 for 4 at the line. Make that a perfect 5 for 5 and 16 points. I'm running out of paper. He might have to make a new stat sheet by the end of this game. Underneath, Carlisle with a strong move and finish over Caleb Ince. Nothing Ince could do in that situation. Carlisle, a strong figure there at 6'5" underneath the rim.
Valiant's number 3, Case Carlisle, that is his third.
Both teams have what it takes in regards to personnel to go to a state tournament. You know, you look at Lindsay and any team, really, in any class. Take, for instance, Tushka last year in Class 2A. An unranked team, they had a big guy at 6'5". You don't see a lot of guys at 6'5" in Class 2A, but Tushka having one, winning a state championship last year. Having a big guy makes all the difference in a team, especially when you've got good point play. Those are two things that both teams have. And speaking of point play, there's the second three on the board for Mitchell Henson. He's got 8 points in the game, and when you have guys that you can rely on the outside, and then somebody you can throw it to on the inside against anybody, that makes matchup nightmares and can carry teams a long way in the playoffs here in any class, whether it's 2A, 3A, 4A, or 5A. But you look across the board, Kingston, back in 2000, I believe, 18. You know, Jacob Germany was a guy who was 6'11", averaging 22 points a game. Nobody could hang with him in the majority of the class of 3A. They had R.J. Weeks. Another guy at 6'6", could shoot the three, could dunk over your big guy. Valiant's got a lot of that with Coffee. And Lindsay has a lot of that with Kennedy. Underneath, that throw is taken. The shot at the rim. Bryson Watts, and they end one opportunity coming up for the young man as he has an opportunity to put one more point, total of 3, on the board to make it 33-25. It's a 7-point lead for the Leopards. That might have been the broadcaster jinx. And I believe we're going to get a foul on register. Yes, it was. That is his first personal foul of the game. And Trapp with the inbound pass out to Coffee. And register is going to get called for another foul. Obviously upset with the foul, but gets called for it back to back. Golston underneath. And we've got a tie-up. Tie-up's going to go in favor of Valliant as the inbound pass. Frost takes the three-point shot. That one off the back of the rim. Register with the rebound. And now Henson will set up the floor here on the opposite side. Henson back up top. Now out to Kennedy. Pump fake. Travels inside. The shot rolls out no good. Carlisle on the rebound. 2:22 remaining here in the third period. Largest lead of the game for either team. So 7-point lead for the Lindsay Leopards. Look, trying to draw the charge that time is Watts. The three-point shot, no good by Coffee. Underneath Golston, and a foul called against Kennedy.
Foul on Lindsay's number 24, and the register, that is his third personal foul. At the free throw line,
And that's Kennedy's.
number 23.
Actually, they called that one. Oh, man. They called that one against register, and that is his third personal foul, and all he can do is shake his head. I thought it was on Kennedy.
Checking in for Valliant, number 22, Michael Tuck.
So,
number 13,
register will have to check out.
And for Lindsay, number 4,
Seth Padilla checking in to the game here for the Leopards. First free throw attempt for Golston is no good. Second one is on the mark. Six-point lead. And through the course of the game and really heading into the second half of play, Lindsay has played a lot of keep away. And again, sometimes you have to do that when you're going up against a couple of mismatches, and Kennedy squeezing through two defenders in the lane, draws the foul, and he'll head to the line for a couple of free throw attempts.
Number 22, Michael Tuck. That is his second of the ball game. At the free throw line for Lindsay.
But so far, this has been a very well-coached game by the Leopards, as another free throw attempt is up and in by Ryan Kennedy. He is 6 for 6 at the charity strike here today. That one put a little cinnamon on the roll. Gets it to fall, 7 for 7 from the line, 34-26. It's an 8-point lead for the Leopards. Coffee underneath. He'll draw the foul.
Lindsay's number 11, Bryson Watts, his first of the contest. At the free throw line, Rustin Coffee.
(34-28). Underneath, Kennedy towering over Coffee. .40 seconds remaining in the third. Foul on the floor. I think that one's going to go against Padilla.
Foul call on Lindsay's number 4, Seth Padilla, his first.
Winner of this game will take on the winner of the Marlow-Tishomingo game. And it'll be here at Kingston on the 25th at 7:30. That is Saturday. Henson, and they're going to call a backcourt violation. The crowd not happy. Speaking of the crowd, what a crowd we have here for tonight's game. Both teams traveling a very good distance. Just about 2 hours down the road for Valliant, and about the same for Lindsay. Massive crowd showing up for both teams today. Couldn't be happier for both schools. Underneath, and that's Michael Tuck. And the three-point shot at the buzzer is no good. 36-30, Lindsay on top by 6. We've got our fourth and final period of play coming up at you on the Leopard Sports Network. We'll be back in just a minute. Well, 12 hours, 4 Red Bulls, 4 hours of sleep. A slew of games today. We're finally at the fourth period in the final game tonight in Kingston. And the matchup everybody was looking for, and it's been a good one. Lindsay on top right now with the advantage, 36-30. And after the turnover, Valiant's got it in transition with Frost. Frost will slow things down. Coffee takes the shot. Lindsay got away maybe with a foul there. I think they called the block from behind. And now Henson being guarded tightly by Tuck. And we got a hand check.
Foul called on Giants, 22. Checking in for Lindsay, number 23, Caleb Ince.
Michael Tuck getting clarification to the call. Nods his head yes and picks up his third personal foul. That is the 6th team foul. Both teams sitting with 6 fouls at the current moment. So free throws could be a big deal going into the final minutes of play. 3-point shot by Ferguson. That's the first score on the board for Ferguson, as Valliant looking to go over the top. I want to say there was an over the back call, but the referees are letting the kids play tonight. And it hasn't just been a long day for me or any of the other broadcasters or teams out here. The referees have been out here for the majority of the day today. And for the majority have done a very good job at making the right calls. Coffee 2 for 2 at the line. Still would have liked that over the back call for the Lindsay Leopards just prior to the foul shots. Good pass underneath by Kingston. They're going to call a travel on Ince. And the crowd giving it to him. Not happy with the call. That would have put Lindsay up by 9, how he made it, and coming in from behind. Golston giving a little love to Kennedy after Kennedy threw back the shot from Frost. Two teams that have a lot of respect for each other. .6:05 remaining in the game. Coffee driving through the lane between two defenders and is fouled by, I believe that was Kennedy. Kennedy picks up his third personal foul.
Number 10, Rustin Coffee.
Coffee 3 of 3 at the line. 2 free throw attempts coming up now. Just 5 points in the game. But he's making up for the lack of opportunities. And really, when you look at the scoring by Coffee here now, 6 points, all of but 2 points coming from the free throw line, and a lot of that has to do with the stifling defense that Lindsay has put on him and created a lot of havoc and not giving him those open opportunities that he's had in the last few games leading up to this point. Underneath, another good pass. Henson. Kennedy spinning around, pump fake, draws the foul. And 2 free throw attempts coming up.
Foul call on Valliant's number 3, Case Carlisle. That is his 4th. At the free throw line for Lindsay, number 3, Ryan Kennedy.
So this makes it interesting for Carlisle, a big presence down low in regards to rebounding. He's got 4 fouls in the game with 5:39 remaining. And if I'm the head coach from Lindsay, I am attacking the basket underneath to try to draw his 5th foul and take him out of the game. Taking him out will give you a better advantage if you're Lindsay in regarding to those second chance opportunities and a few extra rebounds. And we've got a tie up on the floor. Up by 8 Lindsay was outscored in the second period, 11-9, but that was the only period of play that Valliant outscored Lindsay throughout the entirety of the game. It was 14-9 after one, 23-20 at the half. After three, it was 36-30. Caleb Bentz gets his third personal foul. It's the 9th team foul. So 2 free throw attempts coming up here for Carlisle. He's 2 of 4 at the charity stripe. And he knocks down the first. And Valliant will take a full timeout. 41-34 is our score. We've got more coming up here on the Leopard Sports Network. We'll be back in just a moment after we hear a word from a couple of our local sponsors.
Hi, I'm Ben Long, an agent with Oklahoma Healthcare Exchange. During this year's annual enrollment, we wanted you to know that you have a local solution for all your Medicare and health insurance needs. Our agents live and work throughout the entire great state of Oklahoma. Whether you're in Lindsay, Ardmore, Lawton, McAllister, or any of the major metropolitan areas. Give us a call to learn more at 855-786-8343. Again, that phone number is 855-786-8343. And we look forward to hearing from you.
Welcome back to the Leopard Sports Network. I'm Michael Gabbard. I've been along the ride with you guys here for the Lindsay Leopards all afternoon. The girls getting a big win earlier, 37-28 against the Atoka Wampus Cats. And Lindsay trying to do the same here against 3A Power Valliant. Power is in on the season. They've been a very good ball club over the course of the last couple of years. They're a very good ball club this year, and they are on the verge of heading their way into the losers bracket here at the Kingston Regional. And Lindsay has really looked extremely good and has looked the part of a state tournament team through the first 3 periods of play. We've got a foul. Henson goes down. That is going to be the 8th team foul and put Henson at the line.
That's his second. At the free throw line, number 1, Mitchell Henson.
Henson with 8 points in the game. Hits the free throw attempt. This free throw attempt, Henson will have a chance to put Lindsay up by 9, and he does. So you've got 5:18 remaining. What exactly do you do if you're Valliant at this moment in time? You haven't really been able to get anything going with your leading scorer. You haven't really been extremely productive down low. Your big man down low is in foul trouble. Michael Tuck knocks down
30-second timeout taken by Valliant.
the shot for his 7th point of the game, but yeah, you've got a timeout on the board. Lindsay has just done an excellent job here tonight defensively. They have taken Carlisle out of the game. A guy you haven't really seen a lot tonight is Joseph DePriest, and a lot of that is because of the matchup issues. DePriest, a guy that can get some scoring going for the Valliant Bulldogs, but hasn't been in the game. Here comes the trap. Kingston loses and falls to the floor. Trap has it with the pump fake. Misses the shot. Kennedy pulls down the rebound. Taken away from behind. That has it blocked. Well, Kennedy makes up for the turnover. And Valiant's got the basketball back. And knocking this one out of bounds will be Ince. Coffee being guarded by Kennedy, drives the lane, makes a really good move to the basket, moves from the right side of the floor into the left-hand corner and knocks down the easy lay-in. Five-point lead for Lindsay. Watt. And a foul called, and that will put Lindsay at the line. That is the 9th team foul for Valliant in the second half. 4:07 remaining in the second personal foul for not Ty Ferguson, but Rustin Coffey. Both teams have shot the free throw very, very well tonight. Lindsay 11 of 15. Shooting the free throw. Under 4 minutes remaining. Underneath is Carlisle. Moves inside and trying to draw the charge was Ince. No call. And Valliant upset with the call.
That is his 4th personal foul. Headed to the free throw line for the Lindsay Leopards, number 33, Jaden Watts.
Watts 2 points in the game. He was 0 for 1 at the free throw line prior to that shot. Now he's 0 for 2. Another free throw attempt coming up. Valliant sitting with 10 fouls. And he'll knock down the second. 3 points in the game for him. And a 6-point lead for Lindsay here with 3:35 remaining. Ince picks up his 4th personal foul. That is the 10th team foul for Lindsay. Coffey at the line for 2 free throws attempts. He's perfect so far, 7 of 7. Eight points. And Cross gets the steal back, puts up the lay-in, and cuts it back to a 2-point lead. And Valliant and their fans going crazy as a timeout called on the floor. Full timeout. Lindsay leading by 2, but it is not over yet. 3:23 remaining. We'll be back in just a moment.
Hi, I'm Dr. Matt Shelton with Lindsay Family Dentistry. I'd like to thank all the patients we've been able to serve over the years. For those of you who are unhappy with your smile, tired of having dental pain, crooked or missing teeth, or loose-fitting dentures, at Lindsay Family Dentistry, we can care for all your dental needs, including cosmetic dentistry, crown and bridge, root canals, braces, Invisalign, conventional implants for tooth replacement, and mini diameter implants for denture stabilization. Our braces fee starts at $4,500, and for those of you with poor-fitting dentures, we can place 6 mini-diameter implants on the upper for $3,600 and 4 mini-diameter implants on the lower for $2,600. To schedule your consultation, stop by the office at 102 Southwest 7th Street, Lindsay, Oklahoma, or give us a call at 405-756-4093. As a 1997 graduate of Lindsay High School, I'd like to take the time to say go Leopards.
Welcome back. 3:15 remaining in the game, and Lindsay on top by 2, but Valliant, after trailing by 9, has cut it back to just a shot as Lindsay not in panic mode, but definitely have to be a little bit more cautious with the basketball as we hit the final 3 minutes of play in this regional game in 3A at Kingston. And a shot. No good by Henson. Still a lot of game to be played here for both teams, but it has been so evenly matched. Really, Lindsay has been the more dominant team for the majority of it, but those little spurts, turnovers, a couple of calls not going your way, and Knight was able to get back to within reaching distance. Carlisle almost got that one to fall, but it was in and out like a fast food restaurant, and 2:07 remaining in the game. Lindsay is fighting and struggling right now, trying to keep a hold of the basketball. At some point, you got to think Valiant's going to try to foul, but they're not going to try to foul Kennedy down low, who's perfect from the free throw line. He's got 22 points in the game and 1:45 remaining. Lindsay's got a 4-point lead against Valliant. The Bulldogs have it. Out to Coffey. Coffey looking to go inside the lane and makes a good move to the basket. Gets the shot to fall. He's got double digits now, 10 points in the game, trailing by 2. There's the shot, and that one falls. What a game. And there's always that extra excitement in the final minute. Tension's high. As Henson's got it. 53 seconds remaining. Ferguson almost loses it. Driving in through the lane, and oh no, Kennedy loses it. And the winner of this game would go on to play at 7:30 on Saturday. Between Marlowe and Tishomingo, you would assume that would be Marlowe. The three-point shot by Coffey, wanting a foul, and a technical called against Coffey. Having a conversation with the referee. Head coach upset. And another technical foul. Actually, they did not call the technical foul on the head coach. But Carlisle physically upset. I don't know, it was close. To me, I thought he got ball. It could have been a foul, but that wasn't the call on the floor. And 52-46 is the score, and we've got a timeout called. .34 seconds remaining. Will your Lindsay Leopards take the win here in Kingston? We'll find out after we hear a few words from a couple of our local sponsors. .34 seconds remaining here with the fourth period coming to a close. Lindsay on top 52-46 with the basketball driving inside. Kennedy, a monster lay-in here as Lindsay goes up 54-46.
That's his fifth personal foul.
Carlisle forced out of the game. That is his fifth foul by the hands of Kennedy. 24 points in the game. He has been perfect from the line here tonight. 6 of 6. And a chance as he puts the lead back up to 9. They got back up to a 2-point lead at one point. Coffey unable to hit the shot. Loose basketball. And Lindsay's got it the other direction in the slam down by Kennedy. 10 seconds. Lindsay's going to go on to win this game, as even if Valliant's able to get that one to fall, 3 seconds left as the clock continues to tick, and Lindsay will advance into the next round of the regional tournament. What a big win and an outstanding game here by the Lindsay Leopards. 57-48 is our final. .27 points in the game for Ryan Kennedy. And before we end things, let's go ahead and get some of our stats from tonight's game. It was a hard-fought game between Valliant and Lindsay here tonight. Lindsay coming out on top when it mattered in the final minutes. An exciting game by your Lindsay Leopards here in Kingston. It was 14-9 after one. Lindsay was on top and pretty much held the lead throughout the course of this game. 23-20 in the second. A couple of threes. Not as many threes in the second half as we saw in the first half, where we saw 5. 7 total threes in the game. It was 36-30 after 3 before our final of 57-48. As we look at scoring, Rustin Coffey, 10 points, most of those coming off of free throw attempts. Case Carlisle had 5 points in the game. Jay Frost with 7. Michael Tuck with 7. Kenny Golston had 4 points, 5 points, 3 of those coming off of free throw attempts. Both teams shot the free throw very well. Clancy Trapp had 5. And as we look at the Lindsay Leopards, 12 points in the game for Henson, who is outstanding. 3 points for Ty Ferguson. 3 for Bryson Watts, 4 for Caleb Ince, 4 for Jaden Watts, and 27 total for Ryan Kennedy. And I tell you, a lot of this win tonight for the Lindsay Leopards had to do with defense. Defense, and what they were able to do, shutting down Rustin Coffey and Case Carlisle, taking away those second chance opportunities and creating them for themselves, and they get the win tonight big. They'll probably go on to face Marlow. We'll find out after the scores are posted from that matchup in the other regional tournament. But as for us here in Kingston tonight, that will shut things down on the Leopard Sports Network. I'm Michael Gabbard. We appreciate everybody listening here on the Leopard Sports Network. So long, good night. We'll see you on Saturday.